Ondrea, how old are you? She's 14, so I know it takes a lot of courage to get up here. So everybody, big round of applause at the end.
Before I sing our national anthem, I would like to say a few words. Please stay seated and make yourselves comfortable for just a few minutes.
She's got the mic.
I'm 14 years old and go to Skyline High School. Over the past year, since Colin Kaepernick took a knee, controversy arose over the singing of the national anthem. Even the woman singing the national anthem during a Sacramento Kings game took a knee. This January, in Iowa, a group decided to burn 2 flags in protest when a FedEx driver named Matt Urin pulled over his truck, took out his fire extinguisher, bravely walked into the crowd of protesters, and not only put out the fire under the threat of violence from the protesters, Matt seized the flags. My father told me that it's important for the flag never to touch the ground, and I asked him why, and this is what he said. So please allow me to tell you the story of the national anthem. In 1812, the United States declared war against England over a trade dispute. By August 1814, the British had taken over Washington, D.C., burned the Capitol, Library of Congress, and even the White House. They then set their sights on Baltimore. Francis Scott Key, a Baltimore lawyer, found that his friend, Dr. William Beans, was taken prisoner and wanted to negotiate a prisoner exchange. The United States agreed to a 1-to-1 exchange. Next, Key went to the British ship located about 8 miles offshore from Fort McHenry. The admiral agreed to a 1-to-1 prisoner exchange, but said it really didn't matter. The war would be over by morning. Key asked the admiral what he meant. The admiral gave Key a looking glass and said, "See that fort? We ask that they surrender, or we're going to start bombing them until they do. When they lower the flag sitting on the rampart, we'll know they complied. Now look at the horizon." Keys could only see little dots. The admiral said that the entire British Navy was set to arrive, and then we would commence bombing. Keys went below ship and informed the prisoners what he had just been told. The prisoners broke out in a prayer for those at Fort McHenry. As night followed and the British Armada arrived, the sky was lit up with the bombs pointing at the fort. One after the other, the sky was lit with the bombs as they struck one after the other. The continuous sound was deafening, but the flag was still there. It would never touch the ground. The order was then given to aim all bombs at the flag. The flag started to lean, but never touched the ground. For over 3 hours, the attack continued, and through it all, the flag never touched the ground. The next day, when the fighting was over, Key went to the shore along with the prisoners he'd exchanged, then went to the flag that was still leaning and seen it was held up by the patriots who sacrificed their lives to ensure the flag will never touch the ground. I say to the people who take a knee, burn the flag, or allowed to even touch the ground, I hear their free speech. I know what they are saying. They hate this country and all that it stands for. They are mocking all those who have fought and died for this country. But for the people in this room, I ask you to stand with me in the singing of our national anthem.